Hey, what's going on? Um, I wanted to tell you a little story. I made this video a couple times, but I want to just break it down to you. And maybe some other people had this experience themselves. They can attest to what I'm saying. But I had a near-death experience 3 months ago, thanks to a little accident that I had with some medication because I was working two jobs, and it was all to cover the expenses of my car that I have right now. Now, thankfully, I paid my car off, but during the early stages, I had to work a very low paying job along with another one to pay for my car. And I'm stressed out because I have no insurance. My tags are no good, and it's just so much. I just can't function right. I don't really have a lot of resources to you know really support myself. So one day, um, I'm just real sick, but I'm trying to conceal my sickness because working in restaurants, you can't be sick and work. So I wanted to just take care of my cold where it's not being noticed at work. And I've done it so many times where I'll take enough liquid medication, like cough medication, to relieve myself of coughing. Well, I never cough, but my sinuses and my headaches, and my fever. I wanted to just make sure it just diminished. It just went down. So this time, because I can't really drive where I want to, and I don't want to walk all the way to the Publix store, I go to the Aldi's and I pick up maybe a $5 or $3 pack of Tylenol. Well, it was cough and cold relief medication. It had like 50 pills in there. And just understand, I took what I thought would decrease the cold for it to go down. I didn't know the pills had a different effect in the liquid form because I never liked taking pills as a kid. It's because of the taste of it. But I take them, and I want to go in the shower at the gym while I take them. So at least when I'm feeling maybe like a little tired, because when I did take them the liquid form, I'll get a little drowsy. But when I took the pill form, I wanted to just if I felt tired, I wanted to just be fresh and clean when I take my nap. I get in the shower, and the last song that I would have listened to being alive was called Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos by Public Enemy. Now, ironically, I was sent to a hospital, and that song's about busting out of a system, an institution where you don't have your freedom anymore. And I was prepared to be losing my freedom for just the 4 days, but I I turn the water on and I go into paralysis mode where I can't move, I can't touch anything, I can't be touched, and literally I'm like, oh man, I haven't had an attack like this in 11 years. Like, what am I going to do? So the first thing that comes to mind is tell the people at the gym, call 911, tell them that you need help. And my heart started beating. It starts beating like crazy. It was just beating and beating where I just said, I'm going to die. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to see another day of life. And at the time, I wasn't praying before I would eat my food. I wasn't praying when I woke up in the morning. I wasn't praying really towards anything. Compared to the person that I am now, or the person that I am becoming, I was a horrible individual. I never thank God for anything in my life. Everything that I have now, I thank Him every day, but I never thank God for just everything that I have. Like back before I had my wake up call. But I'm just telling myself I'm too young to die. I haven't done anything with my life yet. And just a little fast forward, the ambulance and police were very unhelpful. I don't really want to go into that, but I sense that I'm not on this earth anymore because, and I want to make this very clear. I'm not lying to you. I felt no physical feeling of my body. If that makes any sense. I'm gonna say it again. I felt no physical feeling of my body when I was on that stretcher. When I was on the stretcher, I just felt like um it's scary talking about it, but I just felt like I was dead. And what saved me was a prayer that I heard in Catholic school. I said this prayer and I was begging just for another chance. I even called my mom and told her, well, she didn't answer the phone, but I wanted to tell her everything you tried to do for me, all the church, all the praying, all the stuff going to the like reading the Bible. I should have listened, and I just felt like it was too late. So the next thing I feel is I'm in this room with like 5 people I don't know, and I feel like I'm if when you send to prison, when you send to jail, you're like, you know how you do like intake, like they ask you questions about like your life history, or well really your medical history. They were asking me questions on my life. It's like they knew everything about me, and I'm asking them like person by person, is this hell? Is this hell? And they say like real rude. They like, yeah, it is. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm in hell. Like I'm not that. I don't like. I'm not. I was a horrible person, but I feel like I'm not that bad of a person to come here. Like the stuff that I do is nothing compared to what people do that are in jail. So I'm like, how did I make it here? And I'm asking like again and again, like, am I in hell? And I'm in hell? And it's just like, yeah, you are. And this one girl, she just kept saying, because I kept asking her again and again, she kept saying, yeah, it is. And I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, what are they going to do to me? Are they going to try to hurt me? Are they going to try to torture me? And I'm just like, I made it. I'm in this room. It's a little dark in there. And I'm just like, what did I do to get here? And it's like, I just didn't listen. So I called my mom. I called her and I told her everything you tried to do for me. I wanted to tell her everything you tried to do. I wish I would have listened. It's like when Cain got shot and he was telling, and remember how they was like when my grandfather asked me did I want to live or not, and I said I didn't know. He was like, I do now. And that's how I felt when I knew that I'm not going to say I wasn't on this earth. I was out of my body. And if that makes any sense. I know it sounds crazy, but just how you have a bad dream, think of it like that. But it just wasn't a dream. This was real. But I'll tell you this. What saved me was my prayer. I know for a fact that my prayer saved me. Because I felt like that sort of gave me like a second chance. But I was there. I sat out there for like a good 5 minutes because it was like another guy that walked in. He looked really unkept. He just looked like he was about to do something like real wicked to me. I just started screaming because I just said, I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm like, don't hurt me, don't torture me. I'm not a bad person. And they all just started laughing. And I don't really remember what happened after that. But when I woke up the next morning, um, all my clothes were gone. Well, like I had a towel on where I was taking on a stretcher. It was cold outside. I ain't gonna really say. I don't want to get too graphic, but I got up and I was still in disbelief about everything. But I asked the guy at the in the hospital. I just said, "What happened?" He just told me, "You OD," and I was like, "I did," and then he was saying, "You were like close to dying," and I just literally like froze for like the rest of the day. I just said, "Man, I almost lost my life over a mistake that I couldn't take back." But I did not see the devil himself. I did not meet Satan. But I was in his house. I was awaiting to go in his house. And I had a wake-up call to change my ways. And that was my wake-up call.